Ladies and gentlemen, I got round 255 in the first room on Revelations. I did not open up any doors. Literally, only by being in the first room, I was able to get the highest round on Black Ops 3 Zombies. And in this video, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. So obviously, we're using Mega Gobblegums, which means we're going to be using Raindrops, Crate Power, obviously. We're going to be using Bullet Boost, Alchemical, and also Shopping Free. Now, the main question I got while doing this challenge was, how did I upgrade to the Apothecary Servant? Because, okay, yes, I have Crate Power, but if you don't know, on Revelations, you actually have to go through a whole process of shooting rocks out of the sky to actually get the upgraded Apothecary. A lot of people do not know this, but you could actually shoot all of the rocks just in the first room, and I'll actually show you exactly how I did that in this game. Also, of course, I was using a box patch, so we are able to get the Apothecary first hit. You'll see the first rock is right there, right above us. We just shoot. Boom. It is actually pretty hard to hit when you have this transparent camo like I do. So yeah, I would definitely suggest if you're going to do this, probably don't use a transparent camo. It can definitely make it much harder than it already is. Now, the next 4 rocks are very hard. All of them are pretty hard to hit. You can see the 2 rocks right there. There's one, and then you can see that little small thing in the background. That's the other one. The third one that I'm looking at is right here to the side. You can kind of see it. And then the 4th one is all the way up here on the left. You shoot that, and after you shoot all 5, you'll be able to get a Pack-a-Punched Apothecary. Now, to get the Pack-a-Punch weapons out of the box, it's actually very annoying. What you have to do is pop a Raindrop, and then as you have the Raindrops popped, you have to get a Crate Power. So right there, you already see I'm able to pop that Raindrops. I get my Crate Power. Just go ahead and hit the box. And right here, you'll see we'll be getting our Pack-Punch Apothecary. So literally all I have to do is shoot those things 5 times, and boom, the Apothecary is Pack-Punched. Just look at the ammo count. Obviously, the camo is the same. But if you look at the ammo count, obviously you'll tell it's Pack-Punched. So obviously we are going to have the Apothecary and the Thunder Gun Pack-a-Punched. But people do not realize that the third best gun is 100% the Shiva. Obviously we are in the first room. So the best weapons are the weapons that are off the wall where you can constantly buy ammo for. The Shiva is very useful for this high round because eventually we're going to have to be doing rag slams a lot. And if you didn't know, if you just shoot the Furies and the Keepers, that actually regenerates your Ragnaroks. So you don't have to actually kill the Keepers or the Furies. You just have to shoot at them. It can make, saving ammo and using more rags much more helpful. Obviously, you'll notice that we have this, but obviously we have Fireworks. You want to get Dead Wire. So I'm going to be cycling through the Bullet Boost and trying my hardest to get Dead Wire. Another thing as well you might notice is my perks. I am indeed using a perk patch. Now with this perk patch, I am not going to be getting Widow's Wine, Deadshot, or Quick Revive. Now, obviously, Deadshot doesn't matter. It's just part of the patch for some reason. But Quick Revive is very annoying to have, especially when you're playing a first room. If you did not know, when you get Quick Revive, it actually activates death machines on the map. So right now, in my current state, there's only 4 drops that will drop on the map. The Nuke, Max Ammo, Double Points, and Insta-Kill. Meaning, every single round, I can get a Max Ammo. Literally, once a round, I can get a Max Ammo. But if we add a death machine into that cycle, that's 5 drops. You're going to have less max ammos if you look at the full game. So that's why getting Quick Revive is definitely not worth it. Another thing as well, if you die or if you go down on Revelations first room, it's virtually impossible to get set up again. One, you're going to lose one of your Pack-a-Punched weapons, and you really need, a Shiva or an Arcade. You need something as that third weapon. So losing that weapon is basically going to destroy your game, to be honest. Another thing as well is, without the perks, it's going to be very easy to go down. So, really, Quick Revive is not even that useful, especially on a first room. It's not like you can just go run around and pack a punch and go buy perks. No, there's nothing you can really do when you die. Obviously, Widow's Wine is very helpful for this because the Furies come and try and slam you. But the problem with Widow's Wine is, obviously, you will crash. You will err eventually, especially on Revelations first room if you have it since the beginning. The person that had the world record before me, Faded, he got 242, and he didn't die or anything like that. He actually Widow's erred. He erred from using too many Widow's Wine grenades. There was like a big myth that maybe he actually rag slammed error. He used rag slam too much. Obviously, that was not the case at all. The reason he crashed was because he had Widow's Wine from the beginning of the game. I ended up grabbing Widow's Wine around the 180, 190 mark. So when you grab it that late into the game, you don't really have to worry about, getting an error or anything like that. Now, if we just skip to round 50, the strategy from here on out is basically the same. You shoot in these 3 little barriers right there. So you shoot a shot right there. You go to the side, shoot a shot there. Then you shoot a shot over here. When you're just cycling Alchems and Raindrops and Shopping Frees, the challenge is really not hard at all. It only kind of gets hard until the hundreds. Now, you might be wondering, why is this so much slower than a normal Revelation strategy? On the normal Revelation strategy in Verrückt, you're actually hugging that wall, which causes Furies not to spawn. The problem with Furies, when Furies spawn, it actually delays the zombie spawn by 1 or 2 seconds, which could obviously slow your game down a lot. So when you're playing Verrückt, you actually are not getting Furies at all, meaning there's going to be no delay in the zombie spawns. But when you're right here, there is no stopping Furies. Furies are going to spawn regardless of what you do. So you are going to be getting that small spawn delay every single time a Fury spawns. Now, obviously, right here, you see we have an Alchem. This is how you do your Alchems. A little neat thing is shooting under this rock. I don't know why, but you can just shoot right through it, and that's how you do that. Now that we're on 100 plus, you're going to be noticing we are actually saving a little bit of ammo. So now instead of, spamming those 3 shots, we are just doing this 1 shot by the truck right here. So this is the fastest spot to shoot at. There was like a big misconception where if you can shoot on the other side of the truck, basically the exact opposite of where I'm standing right now. Maybe you stand by like the gobbling machine. No, stand right here because the zombies get sucked right out of the spawn, like out of that ground spawn behind the wall and the staircase. And then also they get sucked out of that barrier that's right next to it. So it's very nice. This early in the game, you do not need to use Ragnaroks at all. Literally just all you have to do is use your Alchem, use your raindrops. So right here it's 107 and I have a free hit. If I have a possible raindrops or Alchem or a shopping free, and let's say after 3 hits with that shopping free I have a possible Alchem or raindrops, so if I have a possible of one of those 3, then I will make sure to spam this Alchem and get it out of my loadout as fast as I possibly can. Now let's say I have a guaranteed crate power, or let's say I have a guaranteed crate power or bullet boost, or if I have a shopping free crate power or bullet boost, then there's no need to spam because I don't have a possibility of getting a good gobblegun. You only want to spam when you have a possibility of overlapping this Alchem with another, Alchem or raindrops. So that's why you're going to see me here soon start actually triple shooting and getting rid of this Alchem as fast as I can. And this is really a rule that goes for basically any Megas high round. Another thing as well to keep in mind is also your bug rounds. So let's say on this round, I have a guaranteed crate power, for example. We have a guaranteed crate power. But the next round is a guaranteed bug round. So now I have to take into account my free hit on this round and the free hit on next round. So yes, on this round, I'm going to get a crate power regardless. But when I'm on that bug round, I have a free hit, and that free hit could be an Alchem. So I can still overlap that Alchem on the next round. So you need to take that into account as well when you are playing these high rounds. Now you'll see right here, I'm still on the 140s, and I am still able to just camp here, single shoot, whatever, I'm totally fine. There's a little bit of a different thing now. So obviously, okay, I might have a possible Alchem in my cycle right now, but I'm not going to spam. So I'm this far into the game where I don't need to actually try my hardest to get rid of this raindrop. We're at a point where we can still single shoot and we'll be able to pop this raindrops and then be able to hit after we use the raindrops. Another thing to note as well is make sure you do not hit max points. You never want to hit max points for anything you do, because hitting max points means you basically could have been playing a little bit faster, using a little bit more ammo so you can double hit the gobbling machine. So if you are on the verge of hitting max points, the rule I did was kind of, when I'm getting 3.5 million plus or maybe 4 million plus, when you're at that point, try your hardest to double hit. Another thing I did as well is, say I was in a cycle where I had a crate power and a bullet boost. If I had 1 million points, I would go ahead, free hit, get a crate power with a bullet boost, and then double hit and get rid of the second bad gum. And boom, that's a good 1 million hit point. You want to use your 1 million hits for good uses. You don't want to use it when you have a full Alchem on you, then you double hit, and then you get a raindrops. Like, that is such a horrible thing to do. So right here, you notice we have no gobblegum on me, and that is why I am rag slamming. So the rule I was doing here at 150 was that as soon as I had no gobblegum on me, I would start doing 1 shot like this, as you see I'm doing right now, and then pull out rags. You're just doing everything little by little until you know you're able to end the round. So if I can just use the Apothecon shot and I can end the round like that, then I'm only gonna use the Apothecon shot. If I noticed I'm kind of getting, a little low on ammo when I'm only doing the Apothecon shot, I might start adding Ragnaroks into that now. And if I notice now when I add Ragnaroks, I'm getting a little bit low on ammo, I can start using the Thunder Gun. And then obviously if I start running out of ammo completely, I can just use my dead wire. So that's how you are going about, doing this. Now for killing the bosses, it's the same exact thing for basically every other Revelations high round. You just pull out the Thunder Gun and start spamming them. The Panzer, make sure he actually lands on the ground first before you start shooting him. And Margwa, just shoot 3 shots at him and you'll be fine. So yeah, I mean, definitely very easy to kill them, especially when you have the Thunder Gun. Honestly, dude, I'm just thinking, like, without the Thunder Gun, I really have no idea what would be the most optimal way to kill those bosses. You probably just have to shoot the Apothecon or something. Now we're on 200, and now we're at this point where, we're shooting an Apothecon shot and we're using rags. No matter what gobblegum we have, we are still using Ragnaroks. Rounds are around like 23 minutes now at the 200 mark. This is usually about the halfway point of games. And it's actually funny now looking at this time. This is not the halfway point at all of my game. So we still had to go a little bit more until the halfway point. Okay, so something I actually ended up changing about halfway through this game, and something we weren't really doing before, at least I didn't do this before when I was playing, was I was not doing full hordes as much. I was actually focusing more on just spamming the thunder gun, actually not using full hordes as much. Doing full hordes with the thunder gun makes this significantly easier, and you actually don't even really need dead wire. So honestly, I mean, I would definitely still use bullet boost. I'm not sure the extent this can go, but I would not be surprised if this gets to a point where basically you don't even need to use bullet boost at all, and you just like replace it with the cashback. Because what's happening here is I'm able to full horde instead of basically killing like 5 or 6 zombies with a thunder gun shot when I'm spamming. Even though it might be faster, when I shoot zombies like that, I'm only getting like 5 or 6 kills. Now that 5 or 6 kills, turn that into 24 a shot. So what is that? 5 times 28. That's like 130 something. I don't know. I can't do it off the top of my head. But it's like 130, 140 something. 24 times 28. That's a lot more freaking kills. That's like basically doubled or even tripled the amount of kills. Now doing that will definitely increase your kills a lot. And while training, using dead wire, you know, shooting at the Furies, shooting at the keepers when they're coming towards you, makes it so much easier. Because not only, okay, yes, you know, we're getting 5 or 6 kills when we spam the thunder gun, but when is our Ragnaroks coming back? I'm only getting Ragnaroks about 3-4 times spamming like that. When I full horde with the T-gun, not only am I getting doubled or tripled the kills with the thunder gun by itself, but also 2 T-gun hordes equals a Ragnarok. So now I'm getting like 14 Ragnaroks compared to the like 4 I would get before. Full hoarding with a thunder gun. So whatever, if the full strategy, you know, let's say you're at the end of the game, 254. If you shoot an Apothecon shot, then get rags. So Apothecon shot rags, Apothecon shot rags, you flip-flop. And then after you run out of Apothecon ammo, full horde with T-gun, shoot a shot, T-gun full horde, so 2 T-gun hordes. And then as you're obviously doing that, you're also going ahead and shooting at the Furies. Doing all this, you'll easily, in my opinion, I think you really can get 255 without even needing a AAT. Now, using the Shiva or something like that is definitely going to be worth it just because you need to shoot at the Keepers and the Furies to try and, you know, get your Ragnaroks back. So right here I'm going to show you an example of how to deal with Furies. So if Fury spawns, you need to shoot right at it. So obviously I have dead wire, so I'm able to kill it like that. But you see another Fury spawn. If you've watched that famous clip of me, I'll go ahead and put it on the screen now. There's a clip of me dying on Revelation's first room where the Fury just blocks me and cuts me off. It is horrible. What I've done now to combat that is if I see a Fury on the map, so right here you see there's a Fury right there chilling looking at me. If there is a Fury on the map, I am pulling my thunder gun out. I do not care. The Shiva's going away. So right here you're going to see thunder gun is out. As soon as that Fury wants to come at me, I am killing it. I'm not trying to full horde around it. I'm just killing it. You got to be safe. Now, the difference is between then and now is that then I actually was not full hoarding. I was doing that, you know, Shiva rag slam thing. Do not do that Shiva rag slam thing because really it is, I don't even know if it's fast. I don't even think it's faster than if you just full hoarded because you are able to rag slam more with full hoarding. So I don't even know. Don't do that rag slam thing. Just T-gun full horde. Now, obviously with the parasite rounds, it is kind of annoying with the whole thing where, you know, you have to use your thunder gun and use your Apothecon. Now, I will say using the Shiva on this is definitely going to be your friend. I will be honest, I don't know how the hell you would do this without Deadwire. I mean, I guess you can just start training Furies and Keepers, but it would be a lot harder without that Deadwire. You're shooting your Thunder Gun, you're shooting your Apothecon Servant. Every time you get rags, you're going ahead, bouncing on these Furies. If you end up running out of ammo, including your Arnies, by the way, make sure you're using your Arnies. Now, you always hear people complain about how long Parasite rounds are. Obviously, you see this is around 8 minutes. Let me tell you something. When you do the Revelations first room, Parasite rounds feel like dog rounds because these rounds are so freaking long. So when I have an 8-minute round, I get pretty happy. And right here, you guys can obviously, we are on 254. Strategy same as before, you know, we have our Alchem, we have our raindrops. We actually are able to double hit as well. So if we can double hit, you know, and get a good gobble gun. We obviously have a free hit too. We have a free hit and top of that and a double hit. So this will be a pretty fast round. Right here, we're about 38 minutes into the round. We end up using basically all of our Alchem. We ended up double hitting. We got a raindrop, so we end up using all of that too. We see we got all of our perks now. I ended up grabbing it. And you can see the round is clearly about to end. So really, I did not even need to, you know, do those Shiva rag slams that I was doing earlier on. So I would definitely say, honestly, for anybody trying this, somebody please try this without bullet boost and add cashback. I really am curious to see if you are able to get 255 with just cashback. Right here, you guys see we get 255. Hope you guys did enjoy watching the streams and the whole entire, you know, path to getting this 255. It was a very fun experience. This is a very, very big game just because of how long it's taken for this to happen and how many people have attempted to, actually get to the 5 on this. Of course, let me know any challenges or videos you guys want to see. I hope you guys have a phenomenal day, and I will catch you guys later.